All right, Shalom. First and foremost, before I begin this lesson, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakha Kodash. The honors go out to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Shalom wa Barakium to you brothers and sisters out there. All right, this is Brother Malachi from the Great Millstone Nashville camp. And Lord, when that this lesson is edifying to the hopeful elect. All right, so what I wanted to, basically just tap into, it's a big headline today that happened a few hours ago. A speaker named Charlie Kirk, had gotten, he got shot in the throat. I seen the video, seen on the headlines. He is dead. Which shit, I mean, that's really, I know Esau's, medical shit is pretty advanced, when he taps on the left-hand side and all that, but to survive, a shot like that, and I don't even know what kind of bullet it was or nothing, but where it hit him, right in the throat, like you basically knew it was a done deal, and turns out it was another Edomite that did it, if that is the actual suspect, pictures that brothers have been sending around, right? But this is which he he had some good points. He had some good points. Obviously he also had bullshit. Could he be a Jake? I don't know. It's possible. Anything's possible, but I really I doubt it. I doubt it. But that's between him and the Lord, who he's meeting, but and I'm not saying any of this as a joke or to be funny, I'm being dead serious, but it's really an omen, and I got the definition of the word omen up here, and it says an event regarded as a portent of good or evil. It says prophetic significance, sign, signal, forewarning, warning, foreshadowing. I like that one right there, foreshadowing. Right, because I got this thing up here by Trump. And this is obviously on X, previously known as Twitter. Donald Trump, he said, the great and even legendary Charlie Kirk is dead. No one understood or had the heart of the youth in the United States of America better than Charlie. He was loved and admired by all, especially me, and now he is no longer with us. Melania, maybe that's how you said it. Melania, guessing that's Melina. And my sympathies go out to his beautiful wife, Erica, and family. Charlie, we love you. So he said basically that this man was monumental in America, especially for the younger generations, which is why I'm saying that this is an omen. It's a sign. It's a foreshadowing, because America has no future. All right. It is prophesied, in the Bible, all throughout the scriptures. Yahweh Shemel Shai has let us know that America is on the decline. It's circling the drain. It's through. It's over with. You see? America is on its way out. And this is a sign of that. Right? Because the man that, essentially was trying to bring back, the principles of America and basically kind of give America a little bit of CPR, well, you see what happened, which, we didn't expect this, and we didn't, nobody's looking for this to happen, just putting that out there. We have no affiliation with anybody that's doing any type of shooting or violent act, period. Right? We're not a violent group. Right? So all we do is we simply bring out the scriptures, man. That's all we do. So as far as, we're not over here, man, I was hoping that shit was going to happen. No, bro, I mean, we don't, we know judgment's going to happen. You know, and we want judgment, of course, because we want to get out of here and we want the wicked to be put down. You know, but we didn't have no hand in this, all right, at all. We don't have a hand in any of these things. All right, we just let you know that, yes, judgment is coming, and if you don't repent as an Israelite, you will get caught out in these things. All right, but this is an omen that America is going down. All right, now, let me grab this real quick. Matter of fact, it's the book of Obadiah, chapter 1, and verse 3. It says, "The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?" So that's the mindset of Esau, Edom, right? Psalms 49:11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever. Okay? Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever. But the reality is that's not the case. Right? Because the Lord even told us, look, don't envy the wicked because you don't know what his end is going to be. In other words, the wicked, their story is not going to end with a happy ending. It's going to be an abrupt, destructive, tormentful end, if that's even a word, tormentful. That's exactly what it's going to be. And we expect nothing less. Verse 4, it says, "Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and that's a big telltale sign as to who Esau, Edom is today. And though thou set thy nest among the stars," right, space stations and faking that moon landing, "thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord." And really, Esau has been on the decline since 1969, 1970. All right, which is around the time of that fake-ass moon landing and around the time of Elijah the prophet. All right, John the Baptist, Rabbi Abba Bivens. All right, who, essentially the Lord used as a vessel to bring the truth, back into the earth. It was the starting point. And you see how far it's gone since then. Now we got the apostle and Elder Great Millstone on down, leading the nation of Israel. See? So we know that, especially, and those two things go hand in hand as well, as the valley of dry bones, the bones begin to assemble, as we begin to, the elect, Yaharatz is we're of the elect, of course, but as the brothers and sisters out there start to wake up more and more, we see Esau, as Jake is coming up, Esau's going down. Okay, basically just to summarize that up. So I got this 2nd Ezra chapter 6 and verse 7. Let me get a sip of this coffee real quick. All right, so lucky about that. It says, "Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times, or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? And he saith unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau." So when Rebekah had these kids, twins, Esau, we know, was the elder and he came out first. All right, but Jacob was holding on to his heel, which represents how Esau's end is the beginning of Jacob. All right, it says verse 9, "For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth." You see? That's a beautiful thing right there, man. And that's also in the book of Sirach. Hold on. What is it? How does it go? Count it joy? No. Liveth to see. There we go. Sirach chapter 25, verse 7. It says, "There be 9 things which I have judged in mine heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that hath joy of his children," which we're not able to experience that on this side, for the brothers out there, sisters out there that have children, it's a beautiful thing. But we're not able to have joy in them like how, this is speaking of, and especially, but that will come in the kingdom. But the part that we will get to experience is this: "And he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy." So, and it's not talking about Charlie Kirk. All right, it's talking about the whole nation of Edom. All right, starting with the elite banker families. You see? Starting with the elite banker families, man. And once again, man, this is a hell of a omen. You know, it's a hell of a sign. Shows that America ain't gonna bounce back. All right, it's only gonna continue to decline and decline. You know, that thick clay, that debt. You know, that's a big reason in itself why America just can't break free from this, from these curses, these plagues that the Lord is sending upon it. And plagues take time, man. This process is to all of this. But we're not rushing the process. You know, we're here for the ride. Now, do we want to get out of here yesterday? Yeah, but we see this place going down. We see prophecies coming to pass. So however long it's got to be, it's just got to be, and it is what it is. But we ain't got much longer, man. No, we ain't got much longer. And expect judgment to continue to just run rampant in the streets, and pretty soon at an all-time high. You know, we're coming into the worst time of all time, Jacob's trouble. All right, 2nd Ezra 16 and 18. 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 17 and 18 is what I'm referring to. We're in that time, man. Romans 13 and 11. Our salvation is nearer than when we believed. We are so much closer than we know, than we think. Before we know it, you know, famine of the world will come. Mark of the beast will be mandated. You know, martial law will be all over. You know, you're going to have more pestilences. You're going to have more uproars. It's a beautiful time to be alive, man. It really, there's way too many things to be grateful for and to be positive about, be optimistic about, and be looking forward to be down in the dumps and just a chump in the dump, you know? So much more, bro. So I just wanted to put that up on wax, and I pray it was edifying. You know, feel free to, you know, look into this whole ordeal. You know, but I pretty much laid out everything you really need to know, unless you want to go into the details. But he was shot, apparently from 100 to 200 yards away, they're saying. You know, it hit him in the throat while he was, you know, talking or answering somebody's question. And, you know, it's also pretty crazy that he had just mentioned violence and then he died by violence, you know, which that's how America became America anyways, right? Esau came over here with violence. And what do the scriptures say? You live by the sword, you die by the sword, man. And that doesn't apply just to the pilgrims and all that shit, the conquistadors. No, that applies to the whole nation of Edom. Your blessing is a sword. You live by it, you die by it, man. All right, so Lord, when that this lesson was edifying, before I close, I want to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem Rachag Wadash. Double honors the Apostle Ezra Great Millstone. Shalom.